If you have a September birthday, we have a September birthday table for you today. Welcome to the fabulous Las Vegas Rotary Club. For this year, our Rotary International President, Barry Rassin, asks us to be people of action and to be the inspiration. This club's continuing mission to teach youth to succeed through literacy, education, and life skills development is the inspiration that President Rassin asks of us. And our numerous local and international projects that we participate in and support are the action that he asks us to take. My name is Jim Cole, and I thank you for giving me the honor and the privilege to be the president of the best Rotary Club in the world. As we do at this time, if you have your cell phone and you're on Facebook, I ask that you share our video feed. Today, our historical facts are in 1522, Magellan completed his circumnavigation of the globe. In 1781, British Brigadier General Benedict Arnold ordered his British command to burn New London, Connecticut. In 1901, President William McKinley was shot. In 1914, the first Battle of the Marne began. In 1915, the first prototype tank rolled off the assembly line in England. Just so you know, Wilson has been the exclusive maker of NFL footballs, and they produce about 4,000 balls a day, which is approximately one for every one of Eli Manning's interceptions. And, as you all know, because I've announced it every week, NFL season kicks off tonight. At this time, could I invite up Arlene? I'm sorry, I'm going to uninvite you.
I'm ready. All right. Good enough? Okay. Our Rotary team, like football, is built upon foundations of love, respect, trust, and excellence. Remind us, Lord, as we gather, that our club is strong, our brotherhood united, and our team spirit is one of truth and love. May we work together to be the best we can be, to play fairly, and to respect every player in the game. God grant blessings on this football season. You give us each special gifts, and you call us to serve you and one another in particular ways. Help us to do the very best we can, sharing our talent and skills. Bless our teams. When we have the opportunity to excel, encourage us towards excellence in heart, mind, and body. When challenges and obstacles come our way, remind us to fulfill our responsibilities and commitment to the team. Help us always to do our best at whatever we do. Here are some football quotes. Adrian Peterson, I run angry. Football allows me to take out some of my pain on the field. Jimmy Johnson, the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Matt Ryan, quarterbacks make their living on the third down and the red zone. Chuck Mills, when it comes to football, God is prejudiced towards big, fast kids. Drew Brees, we always try to mix it up. 3-step drop, 5-step drop, 7-step drop, naked bootleg. We spread out all these kinds of things to keep the defensive pass rush unbalanced. Tom Brady, too often in life, something happens and we blame other people for us not being happy or satisfied or fulfilled. So the point is, we all have choices, and we make the choice to accept people or situations or not to accept them. Finally, Phyllis Diller. The reason women don't play football is because 11 of them would never wear the same outfit in public.
Thank you. Our song leader today is Dan.
We're going to do God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night.
Thank you. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite our Sergeant at Arms, Michael Williams, to bring the microphone first. Do we have any international Rotarians today? No one. I don't see any international Rotarians. Can I, visiting Rotarians, if you would raise your hands, please.
I guess I'm supposed to introduce myself. I'm Janet Carter. I'm visiting from Elko Desert Sunrise. It's my second visit here. I'm moving to Las Vegas, so hoping to transfer.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
I have a guest, Michael Wilmore. His dad's a partner of mine, and he's an industrial broker at Colliers.
Welcome. Do we have any other visiting Rotarians?
I just introduce myself. You all know me, so I don't need somebody to introduce me. I'm Tom Novotny from the Las Vegas West Club. Thank you for letting me come in your door today.
Thank you. Welcome.
Nick Beatleston from Traverse City, Michigan. Hey.
Welcome. Do we have other visiting Rotarians? If you could raise your hand, please. Seeing none, guests of Rotarians. If you have a guest, would you raise your hand, please?
I'm Ted. I'm back after a wonderful vacation in Southern California. I lost my razor. Oh, boy. I'm here with the Goldbergs. He's a lawyer, worked in Denver for many, many years, knows Las Vegas very well. He's here with his wife, Barbie, who is a flight attendant. And they are seriously considering membership in our club, the Goldbergs.
Welcome.
And now, let's see. Chase Carter, stand up for a minute, please. Chase, I don't know you. You just sat down at our table, but it looks like you're a visitor. Welcome. I hope you enjoy our club and our meeting today.
Do we have other guests of Rotarians today?
Hello, I'm Pedro Sosa. I'm from Barcelona, Spain. I'm looking to become a member.
Welcome. Do we have any other guests that we have not introduced? Yep. Mike over there.
Hi, I'm Barbara Billitzer, and I'm here with my husband, Val Hatley. We both put in our application to become members of apparently the best club in the world. So we hope to be members soon. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. Any further guests? I have two guests that I'd like to introduce. I have one of my partners, Jennifer Carlton, and with her is Kim Gradisher. I'm just introducing you. We're going to do a check presentation in a few moments, and we'll hear from them, but I just want to introduce them. And then at this time, I'd also like to introduce the head table. But before we do that, I'd just like you to see, we got this from the producer of our flags, and it is a giant flag that we can now take when we go out to places. So when we go out, we will have a flag to announce ourselves. It's quite a nice little bonus that they gave us. So seated at my right is Deb Granda, and she organized her first fundraising event when she was 12 years old. She had a mother with multiple sclerosis, and so at 12, she organized a carnival in her driveway to raise money for the MS Society. In the early 90s, her then boyfriend and her one tandem and 2 solos. And on the day, other than the day that she was married to Bill, the most memorable day of her life was Christmas Eve of 1997, when she was at a Mass at the Vatican with Pope John Paul. They were directly behind him with the USO, and she has 36 pictures of Pope John Paul. And because she's so special, she has a 4th portion. September, while it's a birthday month for us, and we're going to honor the birthday table in a minute, it is her Rotary anniversary, and I'm proud to say she is 23 years Rotarian. It's excellent. Seated next to her is Jamel, who is a member of a local dragon boat team, which is, I never would have guessed. They're racing in San Diego on September 29th and 30. She's also the member of FACAI, Phil. It's an American Civil Action Association, and she also is a member of the Women's High Caliber Gun Club, and they meet every last Thursday at the Clark County Shooting Complex. And if you haven't been to the Clark County Shooting Complex, it's a tremendous facility. And seated next to Jamel is our speaker today, Dan Schwartz, and he'll be more formally introduced, and you can learn a little bit more about him in today's wheel. I'd like to thank the Rotarians today who helped set up, Chan Lam and Tony Kern. Our greeters were Kim Union and Carrie Groh. Invocation was Arlene. Our song leader was Dan. The Sergeant at Arms is Michael Williams. Teardown today will be Carrie Groh and Jamel Sirois. Photography today is being handled by Tina Bishop, and John and Marie, of course, were on tickets today. Sergeant at Arms Michael, if you could take the microphone over to the birthday table.
What am I supposed to say? My birthday is September 19th, and no, I'm not going to tell you how old I am. I'd have to kill you all, and that would just be terrible. So I'm happy to be sitting at the birthday table with one other birthday person, and I'm glad I'm just not sitting here alone. So thank you. Thank you.
Hello. My birthday is next Thursday, the 13th.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And yeah, that's all.
Okay, first let's do the birthday singing, and then we'll talk to the people that are here that are not at the birthday table. So Ted, we're going to have a double talk with you today.
Yes, President Jim, my birthday is September 25th, and I will be 74. So, yay! All right, birthday people, please stand up. Come on, stand up. Let's do this right. All right, here they are, all 3 of us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rotarians. Happy birthday to you.
Okay, could you take the microphone back to Ted?
There's a birthday table number 2. My dear friend Bob. Yes, sir. You have the microphone.
Okay, I got the microphone, and I just wanted to let you all know that my birthday is in 5 days, but I'm not allowed to say the date. I am going to be 25,933 days old. And I still can't get fuzzy, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, I did want everybody to know that I am the youngest bird. And if you don't understand what that is, ask Colonel Fuzzy. Ask him. He'll tell you all about it. Other than that, remember, 9 months ago was a party month. That's December. And now we all get to celebrate. Happy birthday, everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Just don't give him the microphone again.
So, Ted, we had 2 birthday tables today, and you sat at which one?
I didn't. But I had 2 guests, so that makes up for 2 tables.
Okay, so then...
And
I
he's a
guess-
lawyer, be careful. So.
Yeah, so with 2 guests and 2 tables, I'd like to thank you for buying 2 raffle tickets.
My pleasure, President Jim.
Thank you.
All right, Deb.
And could you take the microphone over to Randy Kinnaman, please?
Am I just telling you about my birthday?
Say that again?
I said, am I just telling you about my birthday?
You can tell me about the birthday, but we'll have discussions as well. So
Okay. Well, it's a big one. On September 23rd, I get to be the big 6-0. It's hard to believe, but that's how it is.
And we had 2 tables, and we'd like to thank you for your purchase of 2 raffle tickets since you decided to sit elsewhere today. And finally, Michael, could you take the microphone back to Bob Bernard?
Thank you, Michael.
Bob,
Yes.
would you like to explain why we have 2 birthday tables today?
Did you ever look at your wheel?
This right here?
Yeah.
The one that lists you as a
Count the
birthday...
number of people there.
Quite a few.
There's 17. How many people do you have at one table?
Let's
8.
see, we have 2 at,
Well, yeah,
at the
2.
birthday table.
But the birthday table had only 8 seats.
Yes, but
So I thought it was important to support you and do another table.
And yet you're sitting in the seat you always sit in every week.
Yeah. That sounds smart to me.
Yeah. We'd like to thank you for your smart purchase of 2 raffle tickets.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. At this time, could you take the microphone back to Tom Novotny, please? Past District Governor Novotny.
Yeah, I want to apologize about being late on this announcement, but next Tuesday, the new superintendent of the Clark County School District will be speaking at our club, and you all are more than welcome to come. I just need to know if you're coming so we can make arrangements to make sure you get through the gate and everything like that. But it's Tuesday at noon at Canyon Gate Country Club. And if you went through the fiasco in the spring, there was no editorial there, you'd be interested in going to this. So you're more than welcome, and we'd like to have you. So thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Yeah,
noon on Tuesday at Canyon Gate.
For the current Clark County School District Superintendent. So that should be a great meeting. So if you have the time, I encourage you all to go. At this time, then, could I invite Jennifer Carlton and Kim Gradisher back up to the front, or to the front, I should say. As I mentioned, Jennifer is one of my partners. She just joined the firm recently, and she selected Kim's entity, which is the Tyler Robinson Foundation, for a donation. And so it is my pleasure on behalf of Howard & Howard attorneys and the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation, Inc., to present you with a $5,000 donation.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Carlton, and I'm the chair of the Tyler Robinson Foundation. Our foundation is the charitable arm of the band Imagine Dragons, who many of you probably know our local band here in town. The foundation is named after one of their young fans who they had a strong personal connection with, who died pediatric cancer 5 years ago, and they got together with his family and formed the foundation. And the purpose is to raise money and awareness for pediatric cancer families. Specifically, we help with offsetting the unseen costs. When a family is hit with a cancer diagnosis, there are a lot of costs associated with that people don't really think about. travel. One of the parents usually has to quit their job. There's just a lot of heartache and drama and stress that goes into that, quite separately from the diagnosis. And so what we try to do is provide these grants to families. We are celebrating our 5th year as a foundation and with our gala next Friday. And to date, we have raised over $5.5 million and helped over 500 families in 5 years. So doing really well.
And I think Jennifer covered it perfectly, but just want to thank everybody on behalf of the Tyler Robinson Foundation. Thank everybody at Howard & Howard for the support, and we are grateful to be here. So thank you so much.
Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Okay, we'll have a short break for fellowship. Mr. Williams, could you take the microphone to Deb Granda, please?
Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. I just want to do one last call for Shakespeare Festival, which is actually tomorrow and Saturday. If you signed up, don't forget to come, because I have a bunch of food for a party on Saturday afternoon. And we're all meeting at Chef Alfredo tomorrow night at 5 o'clock for dinner. And again, that's everyone's going to order off the menu. We do have a private or semi-private room. So that's tomorrow night at 5 o'clock in Cedar City. And then if you still want to get tickets, you can go to bard.org. It's BARD.org. And the code for a $4 discount is Rotary 2018. I did send out an email, so you have the address of the restaurant and you have the address of the house for the party on Saturday at 4 o'clock. My second announcement, I know you're waiting with bated breath for this one, the raffle. We only have 3 more weeks left. The drawing is September 27th. We've only collected $14,000 so far. I have 61 tickets still to give out to be sold. So I really, really am encouraging everyone to try to sell at least 2 tickets, if not 3. I mean, we asked for... Okay, I'll see you after the meeting. We did ask everyone to sell 3. I'm lowering my standards. I'm getting desperate. If you would sell 2. I have 61 to give out, and I still have 70 or 80, I didn't do the math, that are outstanding, that the money's not in yet. So if you have tickets, we really need you to get the money in, today, next week, or the week after. Again, it's cash or check only. We don't want to use the proceeds paying for credit card fees. So I'll be at the front table after the meeting today, and I'll be there next. Buy them for your mom, whatever. But we've got to get the 300 tickets sold. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, when you mentioned that you're lowering your standards, that's the exact same thing my wife said just before she said yes. So, appreciate it. Would you take the...
Thank you. I'm here as a commercial again for Breakfast with Books. The Green Book has already is going around right now. There are many people that have signed up, and thank you to all of you who have signed up. Everyone is welcome. All Rotarians have to be at the school by 7:30 to sign in and get their job. We would love to see a lot more people come. Like I said, thank you again to the people who have signed up, and I'll be happy to see any of you and all of you there. Thank you.
Thank you. We take the microphone over to past President Randy Donald, please. And while you're walking over there, I'd like to remind everybody that on September 22, we're doing our highway cleanup. David Squires promising everything plus more to be announced later.
Before I get into my announcement, I just want to reiterate what Deb Granda says. I've sold 3 tickets. I've taken 3 more. I'd encourage everyone to grab some tickets from her today. We're narrowing that down. We're almost at the end of that. This is a great fundraiser. All this money is going to come back to our club, folks, so please help participate in that. So I want to talk to you a little bit about our next cigar social. We've been doing this for a while. It's going to be at Tom and Jane Krob's house this time, October 5th at 6 o'clock. And Tom was telling me about some of the wonderful door prizes he has for all of us, some that are not just designated for cigar smokers. So there'll be something there for everyone this year. So I encourage everyone to come. We've raised over $10,000. I think approaching $12,000 has gone directly into our foundation just by having this cigar social 2 or 3 times a year. So I encourage everyone to come. Put this on your calendar. It's October 5th at 6 o'clock at Tom and Jane Krob's house. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you come, this is a great thing to bring a friend to show off Rotary that what we do, some of our that we're more than just a sign on the side of the road, and we're more than just people that hang out and write checks. We get together and socialize. So bring a friend. Would you take the microphone over to Lucy, please?
Okay, so again, I'm talking about the cans that the majority of you guys have on your tables. If you guys can please just put some spare change in there, whatever you guys have in your pockets. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been putting the cans on the table, and we have actually gotten, with whatever spare change we put in there, we've gotten 551 cans total, and that's just off of the spare change that you guys have been so generous enough to put in the little cans. So every week, if you guys can please just put your spare change in there. We still have buckets back there. So if you guys can take them to your office so your coworkers or your employees can donate any spare change. There will also be the sign-up sheet that's going to be put in the green binder next week, so you can sign up for that as well. Thank you.
Thank you. This supports our annual food drive, which we do at the Kiwanians every year, and this is great for our city that we are able to provide the food for people that are truly desperate and needy. Would you take the microphone to Kirk Alexander, please?
All right, so there's a whole lot of reading for kids interest right now. Next week is Reading Week at Walter Bracken. In the Green Book, there's a sign-up for volunteer readers. It's amongst a number of different schools that you're signing up for, but Walter Bracken is one of them. So you have to have a particular time that works for you and the day of the week. So please let me know. There's an email that's going around so we can get that scheduled for you. Again, that's start.
Thank you. Just to answer some questions that have come up from the floor about the raffle tickets, if you haven't been here, they're $100 each. We're only selling 300, and the grand prize and only prize is $10,000. So please make an effort to get 2, if not 3 tickets sold. Bonus prize, which comes courtesy of our speaker. But first, to draw for the chance to pull a joker out of the deck is 509-4942. 4942. It's an early birthday present. So the 4 of diamonds has been retired. For the Lowry's bucks, 509-5022. 5022. Thank you. Thank you very much. Keep it because there's one more drawing to go. So. Okay, and our bonus prize today is a book. It's titled More Than a Dream, and it's the Cristo Rey story, which is near and dear to my heart. And the ticket number is 509-4977. 4977. Yeah, okay. I've been informed that Dan needs to use it as demonstratively for his talk, but then he will give it to you at the end of the speech. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Thank you so much. Okay, so at this time, I'd like to call up our speaker today. You can read quite a bit about him. Dan has got quite a resume here in the wheel, and Dan is the director of communications. Apparently, I'm not communicating well with Dan, but anyway, he's the director of communications for Krista Ray. I've talked to the club about this school. This is a fantastic project. We're underway. Dan has a great story to tell us, and I really hope that you are as inspired as I am about this school and the opportunity that we're going to give to these exceptional young men and women here in Las Vegas. So with that, Dan?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. It is my honor to be here today to have a chance to speak to you about a project that will truly be landscape changing. And I will talk about that in just a moment. Playing off the NFL theme, I couldn't help but think about when I was 5 or 6 years old, living in the Chicago area. I remember walking in to a den in my house at the time, and my father was sitting there with a bunch of his friends, kind of their own cigar club, and watching a Chicago Bear game. And that particular day, they were playing the Green Bay Packers, which in Chicago, that is a fierce, and in Green Bay, it's a fierce rivalry. And I happened to get my dad's attention for just a moment, and I said, "Dad, who are you rooting for?" And he looked at me like, "What are you talking about? We live here in Chicago. We're Chicago Bear fans." But in an effort to get rid of me and have me go outside, he said, "You just root for whomever you want." Well, frankly, I thought the Green Bay Packer uniforms were great. And I liked the colors. So from that moment on, I became a Green Bay Packer fan, living in a Chicago Bear household, and I live to tell about it. I don't know how. But my father to this day doesn't exactly know how that happened. But and the Bears and Packers play this Sunday night, so the rivalry will continue. So let me take you back in the time machine briefly before I start my PowerPoints. I'll take you back to 1996. Not quite taking you back as far as Jim did earlier, but in 1996, so it's not all that long ago, right? 22 years ago, the minimum wage in the United States was what? Anybody have a guess of what the minimum wage was? Go ahead. No, it was a little higher than that. $4.75. When I came out to Las Vegas for the first time in 1985, full-time, I made $4 an hour. So the $4.75 sounds pretty good compared to the $4. In 1996, a compact computer, a Presario, I think they called it, a compact Presario computer, cost, anybody have a guess? $2,000, exactly. Can you imagine? Again, playing off the football theme, the number one movie in 1996 was Jerry Maguire, Show Me the Money. So we'll talk about that later too, Show Me the Money. And also in that year, the Unabomber was captured. The most popular TV show was ER. And who, if any baseball fans here today, who won the World Series in 1996? Wow, you said that. Who was that? That was very fast. All right, very good. New York Yankees, and they could be a player for sure this year. So also in 1996, a dream was born. See if I can get this started here. I think I'm... Yeah. Need a compact Presario computer. Yeah, it's there. It's just not on the... was there earlier. It was. Well, I'll keep talking. In 1996, a Jesuit priest by the name of Father John Foley came back to his neighborhood in the south side of Chicago, an area called Pilsen. And he came back from his mission in Peru, all inspired to kind of bring his mission back to the United States. So he met with his provincial there in the Chicago area, and the provincial told him, Father Foley, I need you to do something for me. And Father Foley said, what's that? He said, well, I want you to start a college prep school, college prep high school here in this neighborhood of Chicago. For those from that city, I was born northwest of the city. The Pilsen area of Chicago is not a nice place. It's a challenging neighborhood. So Father Foley looked at his provincial and said, you're kidding me, right? And the provincial said, no, this is what we're going to do. I don't know how you're going to do it, Father Foley, but I want you to get it done. So Father Foley went back to his residence that evening and started to pray, which was very important, but then got together with some of the community leaders and religious folk there in the Chicago diocese. And they came up with a plan to build the first Cristo Rey High School in the Pilsen area neighborhood of Chicago. But one of Father Foley's questions right from the beginning was, how are you going to build a college prep school in a low-income neighborhood? How does that work? How do you support those kids? How do you get them the education? How do you pay for it? So in 1996, that was a dream. Fumbling like the Chicago Bears there, sorry. That was a dream. After that first school was opened and the Cristo Rey network of high schools was born, this book was written. The title of the book is, as Jim said, The Cristo Rey Story, More Than a Dream. How One School's Vision is Changing the World. On the back, they built more than a school. They built a future. And then finally a quote from Bill Gates' wife. Cristo Rey is magical. When you see there is hope and optimism, the dream can be fulfilled. So this book is the prize that we gave out here a minute ago, the door prize. But that really is what we are going to bring to Southern Nevada. The dream becomes alive here in North Las Vegas next year. Why is this picture up there? So I happened to be back in the Chicago area at the end of February visiting my mother, who was dying, and was able to have a conversation with her and my dad about where she went to school, high school. My dad went to Evanston Township High School. My mom went to Malincrot High School in Wilmette, Illinois. And I had never really taken the time to ask questions about Malincrot, but as it turned out, by the end of the conversation that day, I found out that Malincrot High School was opened around 1923, but it was opened specifically for families who couldn't afford a Catholic private education. So my mom went to that school in the 1940s, and now her son is working for Cristo Rey here in Las Vegas. There's a rhythm there somehow. I'll just come over here. Just a little bit of my background. Born and raised Chicago, went to school in Indiana. I was a broadcaster for 35 years here in this market, working for both the CBS and Fox affiliates. Proud to be a member of the Nevada Broadcasters Hall of Fame, worked for the Henderson Chamber of Commerce. But I have been associated with the clerics of St. Viator in one way, shape, or form for most of my life, and had an opportunity earlier this year to meet with Father Tom von Baron, who is the president of Cristo Rey St. Viator, and he asked me for some help. And when I realized that I could put my faith life and my career at an intersection and take advantage of that and live a passion instead of just living a job, I said absolutely. So that's why I'm here as Director of Communications and Community Outreach for Cristo Rey. That's what the school is going to look like. Steel structure should be going up, hopefully, in the next week. The land is ready. We're going to be on North Las Vegas Boulevard in North Las Vegas. There are some aerial photos. Hard to tell back there probably, but the top street there, that's Las Vegas Boulevard. This is Vandermeer, and this is the 10-acre property that the school will be sitting on. We're more or less around the corner from CSN Cheyenne, about a quarter of a mile from CSN Cheyenne. Just going to put the clicker down. So here is our current staff. We are really a launch team at this point. We have just 7 members. Father Tom von Baron, clerics of St. Viator, he's the president. He's the former president of Bishop Gorman High School. Lisa Campbell comes to us from Palo Verde High School, former vice principal there. Melissa McKinley's a corporate work study program director. She's a Gorman graduate. Marisa Delgado is a former principal at a Catholic school here, grade school, St. Francis de Sales. Sandy Sudahara comes to us as the former CFO at Agassiz Prep. Brother Carlos Flores is a Viatorian and is working with us in enrollment. And then I'm Director of Communications, and more launch team members coming soon. Talked about the history and overview. First school opened in Chicago in 1996. It's a new approach to education, and I'll talk about that. But that dream started in 1996, and here today there are 35 Cristo Rey high schools around the United States. It's really been an incredible ride. 35 schools. When we open next August, we will be number 36. 35 schools, 22 states. Each school is sponsored by a different religious community. The Jesuits sponsor the school in many markets. Dominicans, Franciscans, now the Viatorians here in this market. Thank you. And the Viatorians also support Cristo Rey St. Martin. They don't own it, but they support it in Waukegan, Illinois. Just some of the locations around the United States. You can see where this dream has expanded. Started in Chicago, which now has 2 schools, an associated school in Waukegan just miles away, so 3 schools in the Chicago area, and then all across the country. Las Vegas next year, Richmond, Virginia next year, San Diego, and Miami, I think, are 2020. East Bay and Fort Worth opened up just recently. So we will open in August 2019, Vandermeer Street, across from Broadacres Swap Meet. We will enroll 125 freshmen. And then the next August, in August 2020, we'll enroll another 125. So after 4 years, we will have a full school of 500. First graduating class of 2023. Be a complete, modern, probably the most technological high school here in the market. Everything you can think of. Full classrooms, I think 22 some classrooms, library, cafeteria, gymnasium, soccer field, track. Some of those buildings, the gym and the track, will not be ready the first year because we need more money to build those. But we're hoping that in short order we will be able to build those facilities. Initially, we will have the full classroom buildings ready to go. It's kind of a rudimentary rendering. It's the best I could get. But again, so this is Las Vegas Boulevard, this is Vandermeer, main high school buildings, and then the track in the back. It's a pretty sizable piece of property. 10,000 10 acres. Why Cristo Rey in Las Vegas? Why is this going to work here? Well, we know there's a huge need. There's a huge need to serve more students, and we need to help raise that educational rank, currently 49th. Can't get much lower. 1 out of 10 Clark County High School graduates ready for college according to ACT scores. That's something we want to help with. The retired bishop, Bishop Joseph Pepe, and the new bishop, George Leo Thomas, and the Catholic Diocese are fully supportive of our mission. We are not owned or operated by the diocese. We are owned and operated by the clerics of St. Viator within the Diocese of Las Vegas. We're anxious to get, and we are getting, the support from Las Vegas and Southern Nevada communities. And we are full endorsers of the Nevada School Choice Program, AB 165, and that helps money come to families to then put it to the school of their choice, the Nevada Choice Program, and we anticipate that nearly every family coming to Cristo Rey will be taking advantage of that. So here's why it works. So again, we're in a low-income neighborhood, an economically challenged neighborhood in North Las Vegas. The kids will be coming to school 4 days a week at that great technological modern high school, and they will be getting a 4-day rigorous college preparatory education, just like Bishop Gorman. You think about the towns you grew up in. Again, I'm from Chicago. There are probably 16 to 18 Catholic high schools in the Chicago area. I think there's actually a Catholic sports league. That's how many high schools there are. There are. Here in Southern Nevada, we have one. It's Bishop Gorman, and it's a great school. And it was also founded by the clerics of St. Viator, who owned and operated it for many years before turning it back to the diocese. But that same level of education is going to be present for these students 4 days a week. And then the economic model is on that 5th day, they go to work. Each kid, starting next August, all 125, will go to work 1 day a week. They will then also go an extra day at some point during the month because the Fridays through the month will be rotated between the 4 students. It's a job share team of 4. So Billy works Monday, Sally works Tuesday, Joan works Wednesday, Dan works Thursday, and they rotate the Fridays. So then every week that student is working that same job. So they're getting the 4 longer days a week in the classroom. They're getting the workplace experience, which is incredible. The salary, the fee that they earn at their job gets funneled to the corporate work study program, who sends it to the clerics, who sends it to the high school, to Cristo Rey, and that pays for about 70% of the tuition for those students. So they are earning their education by gaining not only a rigorous college classroom experience, but getting experience on the job 1 day a week. So those jobs, I explained that already, the different students. Ultimately, you could see that when we have a full school, freshmen will work Monday, sophomores work Tuesday, juniors work Wednesday, seniors work Thursday, and again, they rotate that Friday. That's how the premise will work once we're up to a full school of 500. So these students, at 14 years old, are working. How does that happen? Cristo Rey has a relationship with the Department of Labor in Washington, D.C., and the Department of Labor actually employs our kids, but we have a waiver from the Department of Labor that allows the 14-year-olds to work in the workplace. It has to be closely monitored. There's things that we have to do when setting it up, but we're able to send kids across the country, some 3,500 sponsors across the country, to work in clerical positions, in accounting departments, human resource departments, legal general counsel offices, from filing to marketing business departments, development departments, answering phone calls, transcribing. Here we're going to be in North Las Vegas, have a lot of, probably 85% of our students are going to be Hispanic. They can go to work and help in the translating that's needed in any business across the market. These are all clerical professional office jobs. The kids are not working in fast food. They're not out driving a car. They're in a professional work environment, learning what it is like to be a part of our economic system in the United States and to work, to go to work. So, I may have to back up here. I'll back up real quick. So as part of that, so next summer, school will actually open up the Tuesday after Labor Day. So we're right there right now. So a year from now, 2 weeks at the beginning of August next year, the kids will come. We have to find a place. We're still looking for a place because the school won't be ready. But we will hold a 2-week work camp. And when I talk about work camp, I mean bringing those kids together for some team building, but teaching them some basic office skills. Making sure they know how to turn a copier on. Making sure right down to being able to shake a hand and look at somebody. How to dress. What to do in a workplace. What an office culture is like. So we take them through a full 2 weeks of that so that by the time they go to their workplace come September, they have some understanding of what's expected of them. From the educational side, our students across the country are going to schools, as a sample of the schools listed up here: Northwestern, Dartmouth, Stanford, Illinois, Yale, Amherst. They are going to Ivy League schools, they're going to Big Ten schools, they're going to high-profile schools across the country. In 2017, across all 34 Cristo Rey schools across the country, every senior graduated. 100%. That's an amazing statistic. That's what we're going to bring here to North Las Vegas. Again, think about it for 1 second. Think about the families living today in North Las Vegas. There are families in that economically disadvantaged neighborhood or neighborhoods of North Las Vegas who've never thought of having an opportunity for their kids to go to private high school. They certainly have never thought about going on to college. We're going to be sending North Las Vegas kids to college. These are going to be first-generation college students. It is going to make a dynamic change here in Southern Nevada. Just a graph, again, probably hard to see back there, but our Cristo Rey graduates across the country, when looked at versus their peers, in terms of low income, we're doubling and more the graduation rate for kids of similar income level. Who can attend? We're actually, believe it or not, we're a year out. We're getting applications right now. Yes, sir. Yes. 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 So it is called the Corporate Work Study Program. And thank you for going there. I was going to get there, but this is as good a place as any. If there are no jobs, there is no Cristo Rey High School. It is absolutely dependent on corporate sponsorship, companies here in Southern Nevada coming to the table and helping us provide jobs for these students. So 125 students next summer, I need 30 jobs, essentially. Because remember, it's job share teams of 4. 4 times 30, 120. So 32 jobs. But then, I've got a sophomore class coming the next year. I need another 32 jobs. Junior class, I need another 32. So the sales cycle, so to speak, over 4 years, I need 125, essentially, positions across the market to support these kids. It's basically like working with a manpower staffing agency. Our corporate work study program acts as manpower. The sponsor pays us the fee, which I'll tell you in just a second. The fee goes to the school to provide the education for those 4 students. Basically $8,500 per student, 8,500 times 4, $34,000 a year. So those students work for that company between September and the end of the school year. There are students who perform very well at their job and the sponsors want to hire them during spring break and Christmas break. That can happen. We broker the deal to make sure that the students are paid directly, that the money's not coming to us, that the student is paid. So it is an opportunity if the student, the worker, is doing well at their job, they can maintain that relationship with that employer. The fee for a team of 4 students is $34,000. Every year renewable to pay for that student team. I can tell you right now, I'll knock on wood, we don't have contracts yet, so there might be some shifting, there might be a few things that fall out of bed, but we think we have enough corporate partners for our freshman class, which is awesome. Howard and Howard and Jim's firm is one of our corporate sponsors. Thank you, Jim. So they're one of the 30. But we have, I won't go through the whole list, Nevada State Bank, MGM Resorts, Caesars Entertainment, Las Vegas 51s, Lotus Broadcasting, there's a real estate company that's with us. So we have a wide variety of corporate sponsors that have come along with us to be our inaugural group. Does that answer that for the moment? Okay, thank you. Who can attend? They need to be 14 years old by next September. They need to be prepared. This is not the high school that you and I went to. I know it's not the high school I went to. This is a lot of work. Imagine going to school. You've got to go to school between 7:30 and 3:30, Monday through Thursday, or 4 days a week. And then you've got to work one day. You've got a lot of responsibility. So you've got to get through the education. The education days, the days in school, are just a little bit longer so that they can get the classroom time that they need. So they need to be capable of rigorous college preparatory education. They need to be committed to working 5 full days a month because they're working one of those Fridays. They need to meet our financial eligibility requirements. The Cristo Rey model is built on serving low-income communities. We're going to serve the low-income community here. Without going into specifics, I can tell you that generally in the $42,000 a year range of household income, if you're above that $42,000, your child cannot attend Cristo Rey. This is for families that are below that threshold that would never have had this opportunity to send their child to a college prep high school. The family has to be bought in because, again, of the strict requirements that they have to meet. They've got to succeed in school, and they have to succeed at their job. Willing to participate in a faith-based curriculum and respect the beliefs of other students and school staff. Across the network, about 60% of our students are Catholic, 40% aren't. So we have wide variety. A little bit more on the financial guidelines. They'll be determined using the 2018, once those are available. The poverty guidelines will use the 2017 for now. The documentation is submitted to a third-party vendor who verifies that household income. How the school operates. 5. The corporate work-study program pays for about 65-70%. There is some additional fundraising and gifts that we do to help each student. And then each family has to have skin in the game. And on average, across the network, they're paying about $800 a year, the families. So $60, $75 a month. The national impact, as I said earlier, 100% graduation rate. It's about 88%, 90% are enrolled in college, go on to a 4-year school. I talked about the 2.5 times graduation rate. We have nearly 14,000 graduates across the country. We have over 3,000 work-study partners, and our kids are going to over 46 national schools. Our website was recently relaunched. That's an awful picture, but so www.cristorelaylasvegas.org, and you can apply right to the website as we speak. All the admissions information is there, all the information about how the school operates, information about our founding inaugural partners, including Howard and Howard. That list is is there. Jim also serves on our board of trustees, and we're lucky to have a great leadership group advising us as to how to move forward with the school. What can the Las Vegas Rotary Club do to help us? I would ask a couple things. I would ask for your prayers. I would ask for your support every day. We have a launch team, as you saw, of 7 people. A year from now, we'll have 40 people. Teachers, counselors, you can imagine all that has to happen. And then the building being built. We have a lot of work to do, so your prayers and support would be awesome. Spread the word. We'll be open 1 year from now. The school itself, Cristo Rey St. Viator Las Vegas, is a 501c3. The work program is a separate 501c3. So it is there's tax benefits to being partnered with our school. We're obviously looking for students. We're looking for corporate work-study partners to keep us going as we go through the years. Already talking to people, our companies for year 2. And then obviously we need your philanthropic support. The clerics of St. Viator, when they opened Bishop Gorman, were not opening Gorman for 1 year. They were opening it for perpetuity. We're going to run this school for years. Cristo Rey St. Viator Las Vegas is opening for years. But it's going to take the support of the community to keep it going. We're very lucky in that we have a nice foundation of support, but we are going to need more support as we go. So applications, we're accepting them right now. Questions, a couple of questions. I'm sorry I talked so long.
This is really an awesome presentation. I'm excited for you, and I'm excited for everyone in Las Vegas. I'd like to know if children outside of North Las Vegas wanted to attend, would there be bus schedules and things like that?
That's actually a really good question, and I forgot to cover that. And I will say that we will not have a bus system serving the school, but we will have a fleet of vans that will get the kids to and from their job locations every day. So we take that ownership, and we make sure the kids get to their employer every day. So no bus system otherwise, but one of the founding measures as to where the school needs to be accessible by public transportation, and there are bus stops right in our area. In fact, one's right outside the school parking lot. You're welcome. Yes?
You have some very specific expectations, behaviorally, dress-wise, of the students that when they deviate, have consequences.
Yes. So they will have uniforms, and they will wear the uniforms on the job. They will be identified as Cristo Rey St. Viator students when they're out at their workplaces, because we want to be known, we want them to be recognized as that. Behavior policies very similar to, I would guess, what a regular high school is. We're going to have a full counseling staff. We will probably have more counselors than the average school because we know we're dealing with a different set of circumstances. And we're going to need to make sure that we're able to help these students along. I will say, if I didn't say it as clear as I should have, we want to get these kids through high school and through college. We're not interested in just helping them go to college. We're interested in helping them right through the process. So we hope to be talking to our graduates as they go through their college experience.
Will there be any criteria as far as the new students coming in, ability to read or do math at a certain level before they're qualified to enter?
They do take a test, but it's not a test of qualifying. It's a test of measuring where they're at. We know typically across the network that the kids are coming in 2 to 3 grade levels behind where they should be. So our freshman class next year, many of them are going to be reading at 7th grade levels. So we have to be staffed appropriately. We have to go out and find the right teachers to help us fulfill the Cristo Rey mission. Thank you very much.
Dan, thanks for coming and talking to us. And we have an award we'd like to present to you. This is the Share What You Can Award. And so we give you a certificate, and then we will give a meal to a needy veteran in your name. So thank you for coming.
Thank you again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anybody, if you have any questions, as you mentioned, I'm on the Board of Trustees. I've been more than happy to talk to you, and I believe Dan has time to stay after if you have questions as well. Okay. So as we leave here today, first of all, let's remember it's opening night, NFL. But let's go forth in the world in peace. Be of good courage. Hold fast to that which is good. Render to no one evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the afflicted. Honor all persons. Love and serve each other, rejoicing in the fellowship of Rotary. Be people of action and be the inspiration. Meeting adjourned.